This is the FFR Trading Market Minute, and this is a monthly candlestick chart of the SPY. I'm going to start with the bigger picture here. I'll just show you where we are. You see we do have our oscillator. We're overbought. We have been overbought for a few months here. And that condition can continue, but it is a warning sign, right? So like we got overbought here, and we ended up getting some divergence here, and that's when we had that little crash there in March, April of this year. So we're not there yet. In fact, I do have some more upside on the monthly chart here. A target up there around 681. We'll call it 681.50, 50 to 60 area there to the upside. And that is just a projection from the last pullback there to that peak projected out. So this leg would run about there. This second is a higher projection, but that is kind of my longer term, obviously, projection on the monthly chart. So so again, we are overbought here on the monthly basis. We do have some more potential upside ahead, though. Let's go down to the weekly chart here. So something to keep an eye on the weekly chart here is we were in an overbought condition here this week, and the last couple of weeks we've made a higher high here, obviously. But the oscillator is made a lower high, right? So the oscillator on the weekly chart is not following. So we've got some bearish divergence at this point here. And then let's look at the daily chart. Now on the daily chart, remember we pulled back to the moving average, right? This was last Thursday when I did the market minute. And we expected that to act as some support, which it did. We got the RSI to cross back above its moving average here. And once that high got taken out, right, we made a nice explosive move higher. Now I've got an upside target there at that 672 level on the daily chart, right? So that is a daily upside target. We came close to being overbought here. Obviously, we made a higher high now here. The oscillator is not following because we had an outside gap up today. So we opened up here today, but this typically would be a trend type day, so the market would trend higher off of an outside gap like that. But in this case, the bears pushed us all the way back down to fill the gap back to the prior day's close there, right? So that is an exhaustion gap, if you will. The buyers losing steam here. So even though we didn't quite get overbought, right, something to watch. Tomorrow's Friday, maybe over the next couple days, early into next week, if this is the start of another pullback here, or if we can get to this target and maybe we get some divergence at that point, we'll see. So bottom line, bulls still in control, even though we've got some pullback today, kind of into this support here, back to these prior highs here. We'll see if that holds. As long as the RSI can remain above its moving average, things will be more bullish. Right, and again, there's that upside target. If we do get to that 672, then I do expect that we will get some pullback at that point. Not a whole lot next week on the economic calendar. We'll kick it off Wednesday with the FOMC minutes. That won't be until 2 o'clock Eastern. And then Friday's Michigan consumer sentiment. Hope that helps. Have a great rest of your trading week. We'll see you back next week in the FFR Trading Market Minute.